Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your man Top Z here. Today, doing a collab with the J&A Show again. It's Lunchtime Chronicles. You know what time it is.
Pause.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about peer pressure and how it affects you going into your puberty, up into your young adult, and then to even when you're a full-grown adult. You still got to deal with peer pressure on the day. So, yeah, man. Today's topic is going to be peer pressure, like I said. We're trying to sync up both of our phones, so forgive us, but we're making it work.
Right. So basically, so peer pressure as an adult. People think when you get adult, you don't get peer pressure. That's a complete lie. It's a lie, people. When you get older, you get peer pressure in different ways. As a kid, you probably get peer pressure to do a dangerous fun stunt or whatever you're doing, or as you become a teenager, you get peer pressure into smoking.
You want to go down. Your mom told you could only go down for one driveway.
Right. You a punk, you scared.
Like, come down the block. You're
like, what? I ain't no punk. And hey, that's peer pressure.
And next thing you know, then your mom catches you like, hey, what are you doing 3 houses down? I told you not to go that far.
Right.
Get back here. You ain't supposed to go past the pole.
Exactly.
And next thing you know, you're getting a whooping and you're in trouble.
Yep. And then your friends then swayed you into getting a butt whooping, and all because of peer pressure. And then as you become a teenager, you get peer pressure into hanging out with so-called thugs and all that. Growing up in the hood, you get peer pressure into smoking or drinking before you
it's not even necessarily a hood too. I mean, it's just as a teenager, you're going into
in general.
Exactly.
But I'm saying,
from your perspective, exactly. Same here. So. But
it's one of those things where you never stop being peer pressure. And when you become adult, when you get married, I hate to call it peer pressure because I don't really, but it's peer pressure, pretty much what it is. Whether it's, I got to pay this bill, but my kid want me to do this, or my wife needs this, or
that's
the household.
Pressure. That's not really peer pressure.
I know, but
you get peer pressure to end by your.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
But I get what you're saying. Like your kids might peer pressure you, or your wife might peer pressure you when you're going on vacation.
Exactly.
When you know you got bills due.
Right.
Or your kid might peer pressure you into buying them the favorite toy, but you know you got groceries to pay for. You got different things. And obviously
Right, and like peer pressure, like your wife might say, "Oh, why we can't go on vacation? You work so hard. Don't you want to like enjoy the future of your life?" Like, yeah, but I also want to come back to a house, and I want to come back to
save up. I want to start saving up. I want to get my house paid off. You just have different goals in life, and that's why you really, when you get married, you got to be on the same page.
Right, you got to be back to equal yoke, as people as they like to say.
Yeah, but stay on topic. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do. We like to rant sometimes, so we just try to reel. We try to reel back in, but you know what I'm saying? We're real people, so. Yeah, but yeah, man. I mean. It does start at a young age, and it's one of those things that you would think that, like, all right, I've learned my lesson because I got a butt whooping by my mom for not going down the street. But then it's like an adrenaline rush in a way, because it's like,
it's excitement, because you know you're not supposed to do that, but you do it anyway. So you get that excitement, I might not get caught. Then when you don't get caught, it almost becomes an addiction to disobey your parents because you got away with it once. I can get away with it again and again, and finally catches up to you.
I mean, that's what I was talking about in my video too. It's like these celebrities and rich people, they get peer pressured. Even if you're rich and famous and successful and you're doing all the right things, you still get, like, you're around the wrong people, you get peer pressured and doing the wrong thing. That's why you got to make sure you got a solid friend group and people around you that are, going to peer pressure you into. Like me and my friends is like, if I don't go to the gym, they'll hit me up like, man, where you at? Well, like,
you lazy.
You lazy. You know what I'm saying? They peer pressure me into going to the gym.
Fat, do you?
Yeah, exactly. So they'll be like, come on, man, let's go to the gym. Let's go for a bike ride. You'd be like, man, my legs hurt. Like, come on, man, stop being.
Right, no pain, no gain.
So you can have peer pressure in healthy ways, but typically peer pressure comes in the form of negativity and
negativity, doing things you don't want to do. A whole lot of stuff, like, let me see, like, hell, so like when you're rich and famous, you got so-called friends around that's gonna pressure you into buying a fucking $600,000 car that you don't need, like old boy you telling me about, I forgot his name, but
Wes Watson, dude.
Yeah, Wes Watson. Like, it's stuff like that. You get peer pressure into creating this image for yourself that people expect you. He rich and he balling, he this, he a tough guy, he this and that. You can't.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, you can't show emotion, or you a punk. Like, all this is pressure up on keeping an image that you want people to look at you a certain way, or you want to keep a certain image so don't nobody mess with you, or you want to keep a certain image, so people will be your friend, or people will do.
People get peer pressured into doing the craziest stuff, and then they end up, because they see. If the thing is, a lot of people want to be a part of a crowd, or they want to be a part of a group.
Exactly.
So it's like if you trying to, impress a chick, you could get in peer pressure. You'd be like, oh, I really want to go do this or do that, like. And so, are you trying to be peer pressure to keep up with your friends that are like they're drinking or they're partying and stuff, and you don't know how to you don't want to say no because you don't want them to
think you
lame, or you're not a part of the group, or what are you trying to say? You're not one of us. Like we were saying with the hood stuff, it's like you get peer pressured in at a young age to to be violent and stuff, just because it's like if you don't, then you look like a punk. So you're like even if you don't want to, you're like, damn, I don't want to, but if I don't. They're not going to have my back when these dudes try to jump me, so I need to have them to have my back. So it's like survival,
yeah. You get peer pressure to survive. You got to do things you don't want to do to survive in certain situations, or you have to do certain things in situations to keep your family
and it's easy,
afloat,
because I made a video, my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off, I made a video before where it was like, just say no. In a lot of situations, that works. You just have to stand your ground. You know right from wrong. Right. You know what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do. And if you don't...
I end up respecting it where he stood his ground. That's a man. I'm gonna follow his lead now.
Yeah, because not everybody wants to be around a yes man. Because it's a coping mechanism that some people have. I feel like just being like yes, okay.
I'm guilty of it myself. Like I try to avoid confrontation, not because I'm afraid. I just don't want to get myself in that mindset where, because if I get mad enough or if I get super upset, I black out and I just start raging, and I don't like being in that mindset. So I don't care.
We're adults now. We don't
I don't care. You can call me a punk, you call me whatever. I feel like I'm more strong.
You're mature. Yeah.
More mature, holding back and walking away instead of falling into your negative
peer
pressure, wormhole or black hole or whatever you want to call it.
Because your friends might try to peer pressure you, like, oh, you gonna let this dude
like, like he might be going through some shit and trying to take it out on me, and he wants somebody to come down his level, but I'm not gonna do that. A lot of people get madder that you won't stoop down their level instead, as opposed to, all right, I'm gonna get buck with him, and now either, oh yes, I got him where I want him now, so now I'm justified acting with how I'm acting. If you stay calm and back down and walk away, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna make that person feel worse about what they did than somebody looking at you as he a punk, or like you could hold your head up high. Hey, I use my restraint. I'm proud of myself for not stooping to his level or throwing hands.
Oh yeah, it feels great whenever you.
It's easy to fight.
A lot of people that are not used to saying no to things, they don't even know what the feeling of standing your ground and getting that, because it doesn't always work that way where you say no and then people will respect you. Some people, a lot of times it'll be the opposite. People will be like, man, he's lame, and they'll stop hanging out with you. Oh, you don't drink no more. Like when I quit drinking, I had people would still peer pressure me, even though I told them like, hey bro, I don't drink no more. Like they're like, oh come on, just a couple. Like, nah bro, I don't drink no more. Or do anything when I stop, just
stop doing
anything
negative stuff,
like anything negative. Like people will still be like, come on, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like
people love to hang around.
So it took a lot of times because I was trying to get sober for a while, but I kept on falling victim to peer pressure.
Yeah.
And that's what we're talking about today. So like I would be like, so even as an adult, it's easy to just fall into that thing. So let's talk about like how people can work on themselves to build up that self-confidence to be able to be like, nah, I'm not doing it, it's wrong. I know in a lot of situations, like you said, if you're in a very rough area and you have to live like that for survival, we get that. But I'm talking about the people that it's just in a regular day-to-day life and they don't have to succumb to peer pressure. Like listen, because we got a lot of young viewers, even though our channels are set to 18 and up, you little badass kids on our channels.
I know, right?
You know what I'm saying? But we just keep finding, and that's that's actually something we both want to do, is help out the youth. So I guess it's just a part of the universe's plan for us to have
because I don't
people
want
finding our channels
to have to go through what we went through. We've been down the road of, hey, man, you gotta stay tough. You can't cry. You gotta stay a man. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. When you really don't have to. It's okay to show emotion. It's okay to say no. Yeah. It's okay to not follow. It's okay for somebody to think you a punk. Who cares?
Yeah. Have your own opinion.
Have your own opinion. Stand up for
yourself. And those people that are doing wrong, tell them. You like, look, bro, I'm not hanging out with you no more, bro. You going down the wrong path, and I'm not trying to be going down that path.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they're the same friends that are trying to get you to do the negative peer pressure things, the tactics on you.
Yep.
They're the same friends that ain't going to be there for you whenever when something happens or anything.
You get hurt, they going to disappear. The same people that got you in that situation to begin with ain't going to be nowhere to be found when you trying to get yourself out of it.
Yeah, like, and you fall for peer pressure, and you be like, "Oh, but I was trying to be so cool." Right. Like even if you're just driving a car and your friends are like, "Come on, bro, speed, let's go fast," and you're like, "Nah, bro, I ain't trying to get." I used to get peer pressure all the time when I first got my license. I had a bunch of, I was kicking them around a bunch of bad people, and they didn't have license, they didn't have car, they didn't have insurance, they didn't have to pay anything. But they would get in my car and complain on me and try to peer pressure me into like driving fast and like, "Oh, bro, you drove like a grandpa. You drive like a grandpa." I'm like, "Yeah, bro, you ain't got no ticket, but like I ain't trying to get no ticket." Like
exactly. Like you walking right now. I'm the one with the vehicle. I'm the one in charge. I'm the one determining where we go, how fast we go.
Like I said, so let's talk about how like people can.
So basically, the first rule you pretty much already spoke on it. Stand your ground. Say no. Like, I don't care.
Be afraid.
Don't be afraid. Even if you are afraid, continue to push through. You can overcome fear. Fear is just
you'll find new
side
friends.
effect, right? Of moving into unfamiliar territory. So basically, stand your ground. The people that stick with you, those are the people that are actually your friend, are actually there for you and not for what you got or what you can do for them. Yeah. All the ones that disappeared, those are the ones that, hey, one meant to be there. God put them out your life. Now they gone. They did you a favor. And I say step 3, hey, confidence. Step 2, I'm sorry, confidence. You gotta build yourself up. You gotta be.
Because if you walk with confidence,
put yourself around people that's gonna give you positive reinforcement, give you confidence. Because you can only give yourself so much confidence. Like us as humans, we need that positive affirmation where, "Oh man, you doing great. Keep killing it," or "Man, you look good," or I like how you stood up for yourself right there. Like we need that as human beings, as social creatures.
Surround yourself with a good,
surround yourself with a good circle,
friends, family that's gonna have your back, not the fake family and friends.
People that's gonna have your back, not stab you.
And like having confidence is, there's a difference between cockiness and arrogance. But when people see that you're a confident person, you're willing to say no. Actually, people like that. Like I said, like you'd be surprised that you might have a bunch of people that hate on you. But at the same time, you might have like a job, like let's say, I've seen it where in jobs before where like everybody else says yes to the boss, and then that one person that's like, no, I know this is wrong. I'm not going to do this. I don't like the way it's being. We can do it, but we need to do it the right way. Blah blah blah, and stand up. And the boss is actually, man, I like you. You stand out because you actually told me no. When all the other, and it might not work out for everybody. You might get your ass fired. So tread lightly. But I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Like it's a balance. You got to find balance on
like
things. I'm not just saying say no to everybody and just be like, no, I ain't, but
you got to have that like 50-50 balance. Determine what to say yes to and determine what to say no to.
You know right from wrong. Make the right choices. And don't let people
can you go help
take you off of your focus. Right. That's basically what I'm saying. Like,
don't be like no, that you know what I'm saying, or
hate on people for what they want to do. Like, be like, no, I'm not living my life. Because there's a good way you can explain to people on how to, without just being an asshole, basically.
Right. You can say no nicely. You can say, no, I don't feel comfortable doing that. And they can either respect it or they can, hey, keep it moving. If not,
and you don't got to get into a fight with them. You don't got to see a lot of people be arguing about people. Man, you ain't got to explain yourself to nobody. That's one thing right there. You don't got to explain yourself to nobody. You don't owe nobody an explanation. I don't do this no more. I know I used to, but I don't anymore. And just because that's another thing. Like,
if you want to tell them the reason why you can, but you don't owe nobody a reason. That's up to you.
And that's another thing. Like, just because you were doing a certain thing, let's just say you were skipping school every Friday with your friends or something, and now you decide you don't want to skip school, or you used to eat ice cream every weekend and party and do all this and pizza, just be unhealthy, and now today you decide you wanted to wake up and change your life around, no matter what age you are. You're just like, you know what, I'm gonna start eating healthier, I'm gonna start working out. You could be 80 years old and be like, and you start being healthy, and then you got 80-year-old friends like they've been drinking with you, eating like shit with you, and then they come over and they're like, come on, man, let's crack a beer and smoke a cigarette and eat some pizza. It's like, nah, I quit, bro. I'm actually working out now.
Exactly.
And you know what? Yeah,
you're too damn old to be trying to change your life now. You might as well go on, drink this beer, eat this pizza. smoke these cigarettes and just enjoy the rest of your few years you got.
Yeah.
But that's when you stand your ground and say, well, for the rest of these few years, I want to be healthy. I want to be able to move around.
And that's why we're trying to reach out to people like at younger ages so they can, you know what I mean, just learn how to tell people, no, it's going to save you a lot of problems, because a lot of people get into problems in life is because they don't say no to stuff. Yep. Somebody's like, hey, man, you want to try this? You want to try this drug? You want to try drink your first beer whenever you're not old enough to? Or you want to smoke this cigarette? Or you want to skip school? You want to do this? You want to do that? But then, you know what I'm saying? And then people... You know, they're like, huh, okay. You're like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not ruining my life. I'm not gonna go down that gateway.
You ruined yours. Like, it's not. You supposed to see what's wrong with this generation is we don't try to improve the next generation. Like everybody always like each generation gets weaker and weaker because nobody wants to help each other out. Everybody's for self. Yeah. And then when you try to help each other out, like we doing with these positive videos that we put out, it gets attention, but it doesn't get the attention that it should. Yeah. But then you get goofy and stupid stuff out here that blows the hell up. Not saying, hey, if you want to do that, hey, more power to you. I'm gonna stay in my lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, long as you're not hurting yourself or others, hey, I'm happy. What you do don't bother me. But my thing is, don't shit on other people because they trying to do a positive message like us. Yeah. Like, don't call my man corny or don't call me corny because we trying to do something and make the generations
we're actually trying to maybe help out. Maybe, you know, that's our main goal, is to help out people in need. Exactly. Well, all ages, all races, all religions, all like people. So, I don't hate on nobody. I don't try to tell nobody what to do. So I don't force nobody what to do. I'm not sitting on here telling people what they need to do. Like we said on the ride here, we were like, man, we just trying to show people by experience. Like, we learn stuff by experience. I don't know everything, but the things I can speak on are things that I have experienced, like peer pressure. I've dealt with it. I've been a victim to saying okay, and then next thing you know, I started, you know,
work out, and then the same people that peer pressure are doing it. Look back, you by yourself.
Yeah, you by yourself. I drank for, for 10 years because that one peer pressure. Somebody's like, you want a beer, dude? You'll be so cool if you do. Man. And then, I crack a beer, and next to be at a party, and the girls think, oh, he's cute. Look at him. He's over there drinking a beer, and he's only 17. He's not supposed, you know what I mean? And then you're doing it for that, and then your buddies are like, oh, bro, come on, beer pong, this, that, and the other. And then next thing you know, it was basically a gateway. And then next thing you know, I started drinking all the time, because I was just chasing the party, chasing my friends. What are y'all doing this weekend? Oh, let's drink. Peer pressure. Like, oh, we going to get drunk this weekend, bro.
Yeah,
like, even if you don't want to, you're just like, you know how many people probably get drunk and they're like, oh, man, I don't even want to drink this weekend. But then
that's
they're
why
like,
a lot of people do drugs to escape the trauma and the,
oh, come on, bro, just hit this. Go hit this. That's why the drug epidemic is on the rise right now, bro. Fentanyl. Heroin, and these people didn't just wake up as babies and just start doing heroin. Like, they got peer pressured in, like, oh, bro, you want to take all your weird, you going through a hard time right now, man? Instead of giving somebody a shoulder to lean on like we do for our fans.
Exactly.
Like, people, like you got people out here that like, drink this or hit this or do that. And the next thing you know, you do it, and then you get addicted to that feeling.
But what they don't tell you, it's temporary, and then you chase that. Yeah, and that's how addiction gets started. You chase that first high, and it feels so good, and it make you feel like you just
and then people ruin their lives, man. They ruin their lives. They become suicidal.
Never the same.
They end up in the hospital. Yep. They end up with all these problems and health problems, and they lose their family. They lose their kids. They lose all this stuff because of addiction, because of peer pressure. It goes back to what we originally talked about. So I mean, I don't know. We can wrap this up, but you know how we do on our lunch break. We only get 30 minutes. We try to hurry up. We got to get over here to the park.
So yeah, basically kids and hell, adults, everybody. If you don't feel comfortable doing anything, don't do it.
Don't do it. Like, say no.
Say no.
Peer pressure is only in your mind.
Oh yeah.
It's only a thing that you allow to happen to you.
Peer pressure is a mental battle between yourself.
Yeah, it's a mental battle.
That's all it is.
You just gotta say no, stand on business. Like, nah, bro, I ain't doing that. And if a girl don't like you, my bad. If a girl don't like you, or your friends don't like you, or whatever, that ain't the right chick you want in your life anyway.
Them not the right people you need to.
Yeah, because I guarantee you 100%, that's happened to me and it's happened to him, because we've lived that type of life. They aren't there for you when you need them. Exactly. You know what I mean? Whenever you think these people that you're trying to be cool with, when you're throwing up on the ground, or
they pretty much laughing at you, not with you.
They're not your friends. No. So say no. Right. Stay positive.
Stay
Type Z. I'm out.
Make better life for yourself.
J&A Show, go check them out. Got a lot of family content on there too.
You are good enough. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not.